2-minute countdown. That'll allow people to get in here because it's live now. But you got that 2-minute
Okay, yeah, I
timer.
see it. Yeah.
See, now we got 3 people in here. I just got the notification that I went live. Greg said he just got home.
Mr. Tardy. Yeah, I got the notification too. How long you plan on staying on? Not too long, or
No, nothing crazy.
you just get wrapped up in the talking and time flies by.
Yeah. And then when the comments are coming in,
Right.
you know, ends up extending the conversation.
Yeah, Amy flies out tomorrow. She's gonna be gone for a couple days.
Who is?
Amy,
Oh, okay. Where's she going?
Florida for a 1 day thing or whatever. She flies out tomorrow. It's on Tuesday, and she flies back on Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a quick trip.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Kirby's Barbecue YouTube channel. Today we've got Zoomies Barbecue on the live as well. How are you doing today, brother?
Doing good. Doing good. Still exhausted from the trip.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't stopped. I went right back to work
Okay.
on that Tuesday and
Yeah.
really haven't had an off day since.
Okay. Okay. It looks like we got Brisket Daddy Barbecue. What's going on, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys too. It's so good to see you guys. I actually missed you for a little while there too.
Did you really? Did
Like,
you really?
man, yeah. I was like, man, what they're doing? What are they doing? What are they doing right now?
Oh my God.
Well, we know what Sean was doing.
Yeah, you know what I was doing.
Yeah, Battle Station and everything
All
else.
right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, John Morris? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hallmark's Barbecue. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live.
What did I miss out on?
Not much. We just got started, man. We just kicked things off.
Well, it's good to be here. Thank you, everybody, for who's already online and joining into the show. Sorry about my tardiness, but I actually went shopping today, and it was an experience because the store said that there's a backlog with the warehouse, and they won't be receiving any of their orders for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this week.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, I might just happen to go, and then when he told me that, I went back through and like loaded up.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Okay. Chinook Barbecue is in the chat. Good evening. All hope all is going well. It is. It is. So, couple cool things happened this weekend at the restaurant, Joe.
Mhm.
I guess first thing, TJ will be interested in this. We got a new AC unit in the kitchen.
Did you take a picture?
I didn't. I didn't. I will when I'm
Oh
up.
man,
For shame. For shame.
Yes. So when I got there in the morning, it was very cold in there. It was beautiful. Um, now I will say it did heat up a lot during the day, but we have a solution for that. Hopefully, it's a good solution. Hopefully, it works well. But I moved the food warmer from where it was at, right next to the AC. I moved it to the other side of the kitchen. So it's away from the AC unit. It's closer to the oven. So that should help out. we'll see. I
That's
did
a
that
good move.
today, so we'll find out.
Are you
next
putting
week.
it underneath the hood vent, or like where the dry
Yeah.
rack was, or?
No, we tried there, and it was poking out too far. So we moved one of the dry storage racks just down closer to the other one and
Mhm.
put it in between the dry storage rack and the oven. And there's still enough space to open the oven and everything. So,
Oh yeah, because it opens up this way,
yeah,
so you had to have it enough way. Yep. Mhm.
yep.
Mhm.
Now you're
So-
gonna have to change the whole flow
door.
of the
Well-
the line.
Oh yeah, now yeah. How does?
So we also turned the tables the other way.
Oh.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
You did?
So, yep. So when I'm up there this week, I will take a video of it and send it
Yeah.
to you guys. But it works out pretty well because the front of house stuff is all on that side, the fridge, the freezer.
Oh, it is actually. That's actually a.
And then the back house stuff's on my side, so they could
Right.
leave my side alone.
Right. You have the stove, the warmer. Yeah,
Yep.
that's actually a perfect layout. Now, you're not going to stay like that throughout the week during prep, or will that stay permanent in that
Yeah.
direction?
Yep. Yep. Vic's Cooler Barbecue. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So that was that. The other cool thing that happened is I had two people actually from the YouTube channel come out and eat at the restaurant, which was super cool. Both super cool dudes. The first guy, he's real local. He's about 10 minutes away. He's actually he's actually on the barbecue business coaching level, and he loved the barbecue. It was his first time out. Loved the barbecue. Left us a really good review, and he is going to be spending some time with me. Not this week, but not this upcoming week, but the week after that. He's going to be spending Wednesday through Friday with me, learning the ropes, similar to what you guys did. And so that'll be cool. And then the other gentleman came from Spring, about 30 minutes away, and had a really good conversation with him. He had a good experience, loved all the barbecue. He was talking about opening a barbecue restaurant in Colorado, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh wow.
So yeah, man, more and more people from the channel, more and more of you guys listening are popping up at the restaurant and saying hello. Sometimes I might get a little nervous. You're like, oh, I follow your YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, you do? So, but no, it was cool. It was cool. We got Mr. LSU. What's up, man? Go Tigers.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, man. So that was good. That was good. That's kind of my two highlights of the weekend. I was just kind of had my head down, just really just enjoying the process this weekend. Nothing too crazy happened over the weekend. Just worked it, man. Just worked
Did you
it.
miss us? I mean, did you miss the? Was there a noticeable difference?
Well, I did have one less patron sleeping on my patio this weekend than before. But of course, I missed you guys. Of course, I put George to work today, man. I put George.
He came in on Sunday.
Yeah, he came in this morning, worked 9 to 3. I had plenty of projects for him, and yeah, it was a good deal.
How are they doing?
Mostly cleaning up after Dave's messes outside. We had to go back through and clean up all the wood and all the BS that he had out there and everything. So that was good.
Back a house.
Greg did that for him last weekend.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He was cleaning up after Dave.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Correctional officer for lockdown. Salute everyone. There you go. Mr. LSU says, I'm selling food, seafood gumbo. You heard me?
Yep.
Okay. What part of Louisiana are you from? I'm assuming you're from Louisiana because you're serving seafood gumbo and your name is Mr. LSU. What part of Louisiana? You in Baton Rouge or what? We got a panelist from Louisiana, so we want to know. We want to know. Germzilla says, "What's up, guys? What's up, brother?"
What's up? What's up? What's
Uh,
up?
So, how was y'all's week? Talk to me. Oh, he's from New Orleans. There you go.
uh,
There he is. So what's your
I don't
place?
recognize you.
No, I don't recognize you. He's a brother from
There you
another
go.
mother.
Yeah. So, what's up, guys? How was y'all's week?
It was good. Just busy. I hit the ground running. I looked at some video footage. I finished off the project I was working on, and I catered an event. That went well. That was interesting. It was a
How many
process.
people would you cook?
It was contracted for 80. The overage was to 100, and I prepared for 100 and 120, 110, and I forgot that we had contracted for 80, and there was an overage to the 100, so I cooked a little bit too much food.
Okay.
But I got my proteins on earlier than I thought I was going to get them on. Going throughout the night overnight is just really hard. Those all night smokes are really hard. I really wish I could get those proteins on in the morning.
Yeah.
And I can if I get a food warmer. I can start doing that if I get a food warmer. But 25 racks of ribs is a lot of ribs.
That works, man. It works. I don't care
Yeah.
what Sean says. I don't
Hey,
spill things
look,
inside
man.
of it.
You spent what, $500 on that, right?
No, it was like $350, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Greg's balling on a bigger budget than you and I, my friend. So Greg can go ahead and get him a fully insulated cabinet warmer like I got in the restaurant. He'll be all right. $1,200 to $1,500. You squared away. You ain't never got to worry about it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Especially
it
because
is bigger.
You can't get 25 racks of ribs in that in the Vivor.
No.
Ain't no way.
No, right. Yeah, and you're right. Like, I kind of justify a lot of my startup business costs is like, like people blow $1,200 on a purse for their wife or something, or like whatever. Like people blow money on all kind of. I don't do coffee. I don't spend any money that I don't reinvest back into the company, either video production company or, catering Brisket Daddy.
Right.
So, no
Where's
sound
the
in my
energy
car,
drinks and
motorcycles.
where's the
Hmm?
energy drinks and snacks budget for though? Where's that going to play?
Right.
Yeah, Greg's Costco bill is probably through the freaking roof with as much as he eats. I've never met a man in his 40s with the metabolism like you have, bro.
Dude, I love to eat. I love to eat.
So,
I move
okay.
I move a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you cooked rib plates for 100 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rib plates for 100 people. So I gave them 2 ribs, and I've had a point and lean, and baked beans, potato salad, and then a dinner roll. And I did a new butter glaze, you're gonna call it.
Sure.
My friend in Texas taught me how to do a butter glaze.
Yeah.
So I did that. That was really cool. I was kind of creative too. I put them in a foil, and then it was really hot, so I moved them out of our sun area out of our shade area into the sun.
Yeah.
Kind of use as an oven to warm these buns up, because I did the Costco situation, and that worked out really well. It was like 30 buns for like $4.
So what did you end up charging per plate at 100 plates?
$25 a plate.
Okay. Cool.
This is my
deal.
first. I
So
would
we got
say
people
it's my
now.
second catering event, but it's my first real. I would consider this my first real catering event. No,
Okay.
it's my second. No, actually, it's my third. My first one was the guy at the. I did 14 people,
Okay.
and then the next one was like 25 people, and this one was contracted for 80, overage of 100, and only 65 showed up, maybe 70.
Okay. What about you, Zoomies Barbecue? Did you have anything going on this week, barbecue wise, or you just still
No,
recuperating?
no. I did a lot of running around for the business itself. I got the state license locked in because I reserved the name before. I got the EIN number, and then I'm going to I'm based out of St. Tammany, so had to go to the parish to get all applications for the mobile vendor, and that's going to be an ordeal because right now I'm not using a food truck or a food trailer, and trying to do what you did with the pop-ups is not really a thing out here.
No,
Got
it's
a
like
question?
all the way, or there
Yeah,
there is no. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, I'm curious. I got a question for one of our audience members, Mr. LSU, selling seafood gumbo. How are you doing it, man? Are you selling out the house? Are you doing a pop-up tent? Are you in a food trailer? How are you doing it? What permits are you working with? What's the deal? Let us
That's
know.
the connection.
Like I said, we got another person in Louisiana. We want
Yep.
to know. We
Yeah,
want to
he's
know.
doing it. So let's see what he's doing. In California, everybody's just doing it. I live in Northern California. I can imagine what it's like in Southern California, but I mean, there's people everywhere set up. And so the county just can't keep up. There's a lot of open space, but like you said, in your area, that's not a thing. There's not a lot of open space to be popping up on somebody's property.
No, I got to talk to the health inspector to see what he has, because the trailhead that we have, which is a weekend market, they're doing exactly what I want to do, but they're doing it at a specific location.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna get to some of these comments here. Correctional officer for lockdown says, I would like to obtain advice for grilling for a number of individuals, more specifically, or especially after monthly lodge and fraternity meetings. Okay, you just got to give us some more details, man. You got to give us some more details. Let's see. He says, I am retired and plan to do some gratitude cooks for Habitat for Humanity. It's a great program that helps people with home ownership. They have helped my family greatly. Okay, good deal. Says, if possible, please support Habitat for Humanity and look at doing a cook at one of their sites when you have volunteers working on homes who could be support. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Let us know what questions you have, and we'll be sure to be able to answer them for you. Hallmark's Barbecue says he's prepping for a competition.
Oh, okay.
That'll be good. Germzilla says, not bad. Scoping out the market. I'm going to try to do a pop-up and do some barbecue. All right. Absolutely. Where are you at, Germzilla? Let us know. See what kind of competition they got out there. Vix wants to know, do you charge ribs as a premium meat? $2 extra? No. Ribs are dirt cheap, man. Ribs are dirt cheap.
Well, actually, have you seen the price increase on the ribs?
My price ain't increased.
No.
Oh, here you go.
My price ain't increased.
Right. Yeah.
But we're in different markets, so different markets are going to be different things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, my prices stayed the same, fortunately.
So far, that's good.
Yes. But so something that people really wanted to talk about on this live was how to know how much food to make for your pop-up or your event. And so I'm going to let Zoomies Barbecue open up that conversation, and then Greg, and then I'll give my final thoughts. How's that? I'll put you guys to work.
I mean, it all falls into where you're at, what kind of foot traffic you're going to have in that area, or if you're going to even advertise. I mean, nowadays it's easier to advertise on Instagram for local stuff, but again, it falls a lot in line to the foot traffic that's going to be in the area, foot traffic, vehicle traffic. I mean, and if it's a first thing, like when I do mine, it's not going to be a lot, like a couple briskets and some sides, depending on exactly what I decide to do. So, I mean, again, it also falls into the area that you're at.
Okay, Greg.
I would agree with what TJ is saying. Definitely start small. I would start with what my business coach told me, and that his exact words was, "You cook as much as you're willing to lose, because it's a gamble." And so, if you're saying I'm going to spend $500 on food and I'm going to go out, I'm going to mark this up and I'm going to sell it, that's what you're gambling to go out and do. So, my catering event where I had 80 plates guaranteed, only 70 people showed up, right? 60 people, and they got a couple extra plates. I mean, I bought 120 plates came in the pack. I counted it down to 80. When I looked over it, I had quite a bit of plates left, right? So, and talking with mom, she's like, yeah, even at weddings, event, like 15% of the people, like not 15%, 15 to 20 people usually don't show up. So, they're guaranteed, they wanted 80, overage was to 100, 60 showed up. The event coordinators, they're liars. Their numbers aren't right. So, what you're willing to do? 3 briskets, you see, 4 briskets, like Sean was saying the other day, he got busy. If they sell out, may have to do another brisket. I think it should be a gradual change. And if you're catering or doing something for sure, just a little extra.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. So a lot of people, I'll start from the beginning because a lot of people are wondering how much food to make for their very first pop-up.
Oh.
The question we got here was, it'll be my first pop-up. How would you determine a menu? And he's asking, do I just do one main dish and 2 sides? What I do? So for your first pop-up, it's going to depend on, are you just going and setting up on the side of the road by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you doing your pop-up at a farmer's market, some kind of event, some kind of festival where there's already going to be a lot of traffic that I would call paid traffic, right? If we're talking about ads, right? Kind of come from the ad world a little bit. But if you're already getting traffic because this event has been marketed out there to the masses in your area, farmers markets, vendors markets, different festivals, different little parades, stuff like that, and you're setting up a pop-up tent, you're a vendor there, you need to ask the event organizer, how many people are you expecting to be at this event? Okay. They're always going to tell you more people than what's actually going to show up because, like Greg said, we call them liars. Not that they're doing it maliciously,
right?
But it's just they think they're going to have. They always think they're going to have more people than they actually do.
So they're hyping it up.
More people because that's how they're going to get their notoriety. Oh, we had 3,000 people. We had 5,000 people.
Right. So I always kind of cut that back by 25%. So if they say there's going to be 1,000 people there, I'm going to go ahead and assume there's going to be 750 there. And then from there, I have to realize, okay, how many other food vendors are going to be at this event? Is it just me? Because if it's just me, cool. I'm going to, in my mind, I've got 750 opportunities, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to make food for 750 people because out of those 750 that could buy something, you're going to have vegans, you're going to have vegetarians, you're going to have people who don't like barbecue, you're going to have people who already ate, you're going to have people who have dinner plans already made afterwards. So then you probably need to cut that down to maybe make enough food for 500 people, right? And so you got to kind of do those things. And then you have to say, okay, is this going to be a sunny day? Is it going to be nice outside? Or is it going to be rainy and cold? Well, if it's rainy and cold, I'm definitely not making food for 500 people. That's not going to happen. So now we need to cut that down. Maybe we make enough for 250 or 350. Or on the other side of things, is it going to be 110 outside in scorching heat? And are people actually in my area going to come out for that? And so you have to take into account all those different factors as to how much food you're making. Don't let an event organizer tell you, hey, there's going to be 1,200 people at this event. And you just say, oh, there's going to be 1,200 people here. Let me cook food for 1,200 people. Because realistically, you're going to waste a lot of food. So you got to think of all those factors. Now, that's for an event where there's already going to be traffic there. But if you're just popping up on the side of the road by yourself, like I was doing at the beginning, then you got to know what road you're popping up on. How's the traffic coming by daily? Like Zoomies Barbecue said, TJ said, and then you also have to see, okay, how presentable does my setup look? Do I have a brand new, good looking tent, or do I have this raggedy old, ugly looking tent sitting out there? Do I have a nice smoker sitting out there, or does my smoker got holes in it and it's all rusted out and nobody would want to eat anything from that thing, So now you're thinking, okay, I got to get my presentation right, because if my presentation's right, nobody's going to stop on the side of the road to get my food just because I'm there. There's nothing else drawing them there. So get a smoker out there to where you're lighting up some post oak and people can smell it from miles away. The smoker looks good. The tent looks good. Maybe you got some music going out there. You got your coolers with your drinks. Make it kind of a thing where people are curious and they want to stop. If you guys have seen people doing fundraisers for car washes, where they got like say it's a middle school or a high school football team, and they're out there selling waters and waving signs and stuff like that. That's kind of what me and my family did at the beginning. I had my family out there waving signs, barbecue here, trying to get people's attention to stop, because otherwise people just drive right past you. They're like, oh, there's a pop-up tent. I don't know what they're selling over there, but good for them. They just keep on driving, right? But in that case, as far as the amount of food you're making, like Greg said, what I would say is it's like gambling, especially your first couple times, especially if it's not at an event, you're just popping up wherever. It's gambling. Only make what you're willing to lose, So for my pop-up, and guys, I'm outside of Houston, Texas. We have a lot of people here in this area, and the appetite for barbecue in Texas is crazy. It's insane. So this might be different where you're at. But for my first pop-up, I think I did 2 briskets, I believe. I did 2 briskets. I think I did some ribs. And I think I did just 2 briskets, a couple racks of ribs, and, chips, drinks, stuff like that. But that was pretty much it. I didn't go too crazy on my first one because I didn't want to lose nothing, but after the first one, and after I sold out, I realized, oh, wow, okay. I might be able to make some more food. You're not trying to make a killing on your first cook.
Right.
You're trying to do this for a long haul. Make 1 or 2 briskets, see how it goes. Don't go crazy. Keep a simple menu. Definitely for your first couple weekends, I would just do brisket sandwiches, chips, and drinks. Brisket sandwich, chips, and drink for $15. Call it a day. And when people are like, oh, do you have this? Do you have that? Oh, no, we're just getting started. We're trying to get our brisket out there, get our taste. I got you. Get our product out there, and then we'll start expanding as we get going. What were you gonna ask?
What if I don't do briskets and I do ribs? Then what is my menu?
Well, that's fine. I mean, if you do ribs, I mean, you can still do a rib plate. If you want to do the ribs with chips and a drink, knock yourself out. Or if you want to do a side item, I'd recommend a hot side. Wouldn't recommend a cold side. Maybe if you're in Colorado, you could do a cold side or something like that. But, I'm in Texas. Everything melts, including the people. Greg found that out a couple weeks ago.
I melted right away.
Everything melts, including the people. So I would definitely recommend a hot side that you can keep nice and toasty, some beans or something.
Yep.
And mac and cheese maybe. And do your rib plates if that's your thing. But that's a good point. And you got to know your area. That wouldn't fly here. If I was set up on the side of the road and people found out I just had pork, I'd have people pull up and they'd leave because
mad.
I mean, you guys saw it when you were here.
Yeah.
People want that. I make everything else. We'll sell it, but that's more of an addition. For people here, they want the brisket. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you also got to think about, if it's your first pop up, the ease of the serving it, the items too. Like brisket sandwiches with the bags and chips, that can flow easily. If you have a line of people that you're not used to doing the line,
Mhm.
like people are gonna be waiting a lot until you get
So
your flow. It's good to keep it simple.
I'm gonna push you, TJ, because the brisket sandwich and chips is the funnest part of the business. It's when I added the ribs, the mac and cheese, the potato salad, the pickled onions, the brisket fries. That's when life got complicated, right? That's
You
when it
you
was,
introduce a fryer to it.
yeah, right. You just it's now I need like 3, 4 people to make this thing happen,
Yes.
right? But with a brisket sandwich and a bag of chips, like you're doing your cook overnight, and then you're getting up in the morning and you're going out with I would advise a griddle just to be able to toast your buns, and you can even a cutting board and your barbecue sauce, and that's all you need in your bag of chips. It's not a lot that you need to go out and do that. You just need your protein,
Right.
you need a food warmer, whatever little condiments you want to have with it, and right out of the back of your truck. You can set a table in front, put a tablecloth on it. The bed of the truck, I open it up and I put butcher paper on the bed of the truck and tape it down so I have a clean working surface. If I want to refresh the bed of my truck, I just take another roll of butcher paper and put it right on top of it. Now I got a nice, clean, presentable station. I got my sodas in the ice chest off to the side. Like, I make it happen. Like, but presentation and details, like I'm a man of like details. I edit video, so like every frame matters. So I'm gonna throw a plug for this company called Boxio. They have a hand washing station. I provide a hand washing station for my customers with soap and hand washing. And it's a little squeeze pump. Turn it on, and you can wash your hands. Like people like to see a sanitary spot. And then I know I'm off topic, but yeah, I'll stop talking.
You're good, bro. You're good. Um, but yeah, keep it simple. The point is keep it simple. The point is keep it simple. Like
Yeah.
people know you're new, and people know you're in a pop-up tent. You're not in a food truck or a fully loaded trailer
Mhm.
or a restaurant. So they're not going to be expecting you to have everything figured out. They're not going to be expecting for you to have this wide, vast menu. You know, cook what you're willing to lose, and cook also what's going to be easy for you to manage. And that's why we like doing sandwiches right out the gate, because it's so much easier to chop up a bunch of brisket, put it in a chafing dish, light your sternos, and have that there. You can put a separate chafing dish, and you got your buns in that one. So now your buns are warm. You don't need a griddle, right? You just put your buns in a chafing dish,
Yeah,
stir
true.
underneath. Now you have warm buns. You got your brisket. You get your little white scoop, and bam, that's perfect size for your bun, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about all having a cutting board there, and you got
Oh,
to slice meat right in front of
so
a
simple.
customer. When you brand new at slicing meat, it can be intimidating. You got someone watching you. You know what I'm saying? Even me, I'm in the restaurant. No customers are watching me slice meat. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind if they did. That's how I used to do it when I was doing the pop ups, and I was on my patio and stuff like that. I was right in front of the get slice, so it's not a big deal for me. But I know it can be intimidating, And on top of that, how it's hard enough to wash dishes out there using bus tubs and stuff, especially when you got a big old cutting board. Like you should have seen me struggling to wash my cutting boards in those bus tubs. It's just make it easy on yourself. Make it easy on yourself. All right, I'm gonna get into some of the comments here. Mark says he bought a meat grinder to make sausage. Okay, good luck. Good luck on that. I want to see what they look like, man. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I want to see what the sausages look like. 53 Craft Barbecue said, "What's up, everybody? How you doing, 53?" As always, I always tell people this dude's food looks great. Follow him on Instagram. You can see his barbecue. It looks fantastic. Brandon said, had a little, oh yeah, what's up, Brandon? Brandon came through to the restaurant this weekend. He said, had a little turkey, chorizo quesadilla sausage, and Texas street corn. Leftovers for dinner. Should have come back for more pecan pie. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so Brandon's going to be working with me here in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be good. I need to figure out exactly what he planned. That's the question I did not ask you, Brandon. What was your plan? What did you want to do? I didn't know if you were trying to start a barbecue business or what exactly your plan was, because you're only 10 minutes up the road from me. I can't be training the competition. What's going on here? So we'll have to talk about that for sure. But I appreciate you coming out. I'm glad you had leftovers and enjoyed everything. Yeah, that's something I didn't ask Brandon, guys. Is what he was doing. He's trying to open up shop next to me or what? We got Mark. Mark says, hey, Sean, I hope you did well this past weekend. I was the guy talking about Colorado. Brisket was great. Sausage was great. Ribs were great. Banana pudding needs some work. Yeah, we're working on the banana pudding, my friend. We're working on it. It's like I mentioned earlier, man. Everything melts. Everything melts around here. It's crazy, yeah. But we actually we were taking a look at that today and making some changes. So we'll get there. We'll get there on the banana pudding for sure. Greg, you bought a sausage stuffer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which one did you get?
I got it. I think I got the same one that you have. I got it on Amazon. I didn't actually have that up and ready to say the brand. LEM.
Yep. Yep.
You got the 5 pound?
5 pound.
Yeah.
There you go.
179, and I bought the used one for 150.
Okay. You wanted to save that extra $30, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir. That's the only way I'm going to stay in business.
Did you get a grinder?
You get a grinder?
Oh, I've already had a grinder. I have a Hudson grinder. It's fire.
Okay.
I got that. Okay. I got that for $250 on Craigslist. It's heavy. Yeah. It's the real deal.
Okay.
What's the horsepower on it? Do you know?
I don't. Oh man.
This one's a 0.75. This is a 0.75.
That's a 0.75?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably a 0.8.
Well, I'm excited to see. So some Brisket Daddy barbecue sausage links will be coming out soon. Is that what I'm hearing?
I do have a lot of tallow. Renders, cuttings that I didn't do anything with the other day. I haven't bought a pork butt. For tallow for my last cook, I actually, when I was going to the Costco, I just picked up some tallow, and I'm glad I did because I didn't have time to render any down. That worked out fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got Germzilla. What's a good, cost-effective food storage system? I'm still pricing and finding out a list to get after. I was happy with your channel. Happy I found your channel. My wife and I have been studying all your videos. Okay, cool. Good deal. You got to tell me more when you mean effective food storage system.
Yeah, is this like cold food, hot food?
Yeah, you gotta give me more than that, Germ. Brandon said, I'm up for whatever you want to let me do.
Pop up next to you.
He said, I won't be any competition for years long after you're on the Texas Monthly Top 50. All right. Sounds good, man. Brisket Daddy Barbecue leaving comments in here when he's on the panel. You need a tent with walls for your next event.
Yeah.
Okay. If anybody has a plug that makes pop-up tents with the walls, let Brisket Daddy know.
Is there a certain one on Amazon? Because there's a lot. I don't want to get the wrong one. So just about to make a purchase.
You got to
here.
look at it's more like a party tent. It's not going to be a pop-up tent. That
Okay.
are going to come with the pop-up tents don't really come with the walls. They come with like a little sunshade,
Okay.
which isn't much, but I was looking at them before, and it's like it's not a pop-up. It's like the poles that you have to put together. Those are going to be the ones that you can get with walls on it that I've seen.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, if you look on Facebook, man, if you kind of search it on Marketplace, you'll start getting ads. There's some companies I know, at least locally here, that I was getting ads for their four-sided tents, branded four-sided tents that looked pretty awesome. And don't get me wrong, they were in expense, but they weren't anything crazy. So I would look on Marketplace, and then if you do, you'll start getting ads popping up. Trust me.
Yeah, there's a big vendor, but Exhibit Hut or Exhibit something Hub, I can't remember, but like $2,200 for the like fully branded pro tents, and I'm like, do I need to be, like getting a tent, or am I just going to, the sports store, the Walmart or whatever, and just trying to, or even Amazon at $300? Like, what kind of
if it falls into how often you think you're going to use it. The pop-ups won't last long. You're just going to be buying them constantly because you're going to wear and tear them.
I mean, you mean by party tent versus, let me see that.
Yeah. So
when I say pop-up, I mean like you say the party tent with the walls.
Party tent, yeah, with the walls. Because they're going to be made more durable for further usage. We were looking at doing a 20 by 20 at one point a couple years ago until I was like, we're building a house now in the back, so we have no space for it. And we're not getting that. I have a 11 by 20 pop-up, and it's probably 4 years old, but we used it maybe 24 times, but it's getting to where it's getting worn. The bag for it doesn't work anymore, but it lasted a little bit, but we weren't using it a ton. But it's the party tents. If you're taking it out to sites, because you're also going to have to weigh it down with weights for wind, and if it's windy, that canvas has got to take that wind.
Okay,
that's where you're going to be putting the money in to make sure it lasts longer. And also look about when you go to get it, do they have replacement walls? How easy is it to get a replacement wall?
Right. And does it have to be like, I think I met a lady today, I stopped at an event festival, and she said make sure that it's fire rated too.
I don't know anything about that, to be honest with you. I mean, well, yeah, you would want to if you're doing cooking underneath it.
We're not cooking underneath it, but I guess it has to have some kind of fireproof tag, because you can't cook underneath it, but you're cooking close to it.
Right.
Yeah. So if anybody knows, leave it in chat. I appreciate it.
For sure. 53 Craft Barbecue says Brisket Daddy's going to find them deals. Chinook Barbecue wants to know what flavor sausage you're going to be doing, my friend.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do the jalapeno cheese sausage for sure. I didn't get to help out in the process of making the actual blend, the actual sausage blend. Kind of
have
you made meatballs or a meatloaf before?
My wife has made the meatloaf before, but I haven't made meatloaf before. No, it's the same concept
it's
though.
Just like that.
Onion powder, garlic powder.
Like that. Yes.
I bought some cumin. I bought some cumin today for sure. First time.
You're gonna have to add like 10% water to the weight to get that moisture, and then you're gonna be good. Like you just put in a stuffer and go from there. That part you
don't beat up an egg.
Oh no. No.
Greg,
I said it was like that.
This is why you were supposed to show up on time.
I thought I seen you guys beating up an egg and then putting it in with the meat, and then you were getting it.
Guys, he's trolling. See what happened?
You said you weren't there. How would you have seen that?
See, Greg's trolling because he showed up to Houston late as hell and missed us making sausage.
And that's exactly what I was coming for, that process alone.
Yeah, and TJ put on a clinic with the sausages he brought. They were phenomenal. And Greg was sleeping, so I don't think he got to see any of the sausage process. So, anyways, correctional officer for lockdown. I'm going to do a pop up in the parking lot of the facility I retired from. My former officers will surely like some barbecue before, during, and after their shifts. Yes, sir.
That's the way you do it. You find connects, find a connect.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like right now I've got coworkers that are willing to buy some from me when I'm doing a cook this weekend coming and gonna sell it off to coworkers. But I'm doing it as a reduced price because I'm still in that phase.
For sure. For sure. Mark is starting Smoke Barbecue Brothers. He said he works for AGB, the best grocery store in America.
Look at him.
William Brock says, Brisket Daddy, I'll inbox you on IG with the tent I have. I have a 10 by 20 with sidewalls. There you
That's
go.
exactly what I want. I want a 10 by 20 because I want to cover the trailer.
There you go.
Yep.
He's going to shoot you a DM on IG.
Thank you. I'll be looking for that. Appreciate that.
Germzilla says, I was looking into a 6-tray food warmer or mini fridge, wondering if that will be a good idea. It's 250 plus vendor market. That's primarily Mexican food, no barbecue at all, and tons of foot traffic. Okay. Yeah, 6-tray food warmer would give you a decent amount of space, but typically they're not going to hold 6 full pans typically, right?
No.
They're going to be third pans. So that would be good for sides and whatnot. It just depends on what your menu is, man. It's going to depend on what all you're serving. Mini fridge is a good idea for cold stuff, but then again, you're not going to be able to fit much of anything in a mini fridge. So,
no.
I don't even know if it would be worth the hassle. You'd probably be better off with the coolers and ice.
I was going to say,
fridge.
you'd be better off. And see, I overcompensated for ice yet. I thought, I was going to be needing nice. My catering event is for 2 hours. Why did I need 3 ice chests, right? Well, I was thinking my sodas, my potato salad. But if you get a good ice chest and you load that up with ice and what they call pre-treated or, prepared or whatever, it gets really cold. It's going to stay cold for a matter of, 3-4 hours. So you just need a little bit of ice at the bottom and you can probably get more in your ice chest. So as long as your ice chest holds temperature well.
And don't put it in the sun. And also, and I think what he means by that pre-treating is if you're doing drinks, have them in the refrigerator that whole night to where they're already cold. Because if you put the drinks in, throw ice on top of it to get it to cold, all that ice is going to melt. You want to maintain it already being cold. Don't put in warm stuff to an ice chest because then it's just going to use all your ice.
Yeah. Well, when I meant pre-treat, I did do the sodas and the ice chest. So I guess when you buy I don't have the Yeti, I have the whatever the other brand is, but you're supposed to fill it up with ice and let it get to a nice cold temperature. Then it's going to hold better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Germ said my coworker has a coffee trailer. He does it out there. He's been in my ear about coming to do a barbecue there. Yeah, do it, man. Get her done.
Are you going to be using a trailer, or are you going to be doing a pop up next to him or something? Would be the question.
Correctional officer, what works for doing a pop up near college or university? I don't know what you mean by what works. I mean, you just got to get with the proper people who are going to allow you to be out there. I wouldn't just especially barbecue, I wouldn't just make a bunch of food and then go out there and just assume they're going to allow you to post up there, especially near a college or a university. I would probably try to get with somebody to get permission to be there and then do your thing. But if school's in session, man, you'll make money. Lots of students walking around wanting some good food, and they're busy. They're studying. They're busy. They got athletics. They got all kinds of stuff going on. They'll support you. The Fat Man Barbecue. What's up, brother? Good evening.
Man. Good evening, man.
Uh-oh, Mark said, if you want your brand on HEB, I can get y'all in, question mark. What you mean by that, man? What you mean, Mark?
It
Should,
means that you cook your briskets and then they sell them in the deli.
nah, my briskets don't belong in a deli. They're not gonna be cold, dog.
No, the hot food, the deli has they have a hot food area. That's what I'm saying. The
Look,
deli is hot and cold
Mark,
food.
Mark, hit me up on Instagram because I'm trying to get that HEB endorsement deal, dog. Hit me up on Instagram.
You come get your Kirby brisket sandwich at HEB.
Kirby's Barbecue, HEB, we could do something, man. Oh, he worked. Oh, okay. Mark works for the research and development team at HEB. Okay, Mark. Okay, I see you. Hit me up on Instagram. We're gonna get something popping. I like that. I like that. The Fat Man Barbecue said, "What hog casings are you using for sausages?" TJ, go.
So I used what was it, the sausage maker one? I used the limbs. I switched over to going to a butcher shop and getting a shank. It's a big old ball of it. It was like $30, and like two strings does like what 15 pounds,
Yeah,
and it fills the horn up all the way, and they just work out so much better. I actually had less blowouts than buying the stuff that I got from Academy or from Amazon with the sausage maker, and because those are half the length.
yeah,
That's
100%.
just go to a meat market and ask for a shank of hog casings. It was like $30, and I still haven't gone through all of it.
Yeah, like when I first started, I was doing exactly what you said, TJ. I was going to Academy, or I was ordering them off of Amazon. And if that's the only place you can get them, it's not like a huge deal, especially if you're just doing it kind of recreationally. But yeah, you're spot on. I switched to the same thing you did. I ordered mine from Cisco, but they are way longer, and it allows you to get a lot more done in one sitting. Because one of the most time-consuming things when you're making sausage is having to change out the casing, because a lot of those casings are just so short, because I think they're making it for the person at home, just doing a couple sausage links, just messing around. They're not really making it for restaurants. So yeah, no, 100% TJ. Get the big old long ones. I mean, it's 15 pounds in one casing. You're good to go.
Yeah, yeah, it made it a lot easier.
Gerbzilla was answering your question, Greg. He said he's doing a pop-up.
Okay. Okay.
Correctional officer said at Grambling University there will be no problems. Barbecue is a must. Okay, do your thing. Do your thing.
So the
53
question would be, I'm gonna jump in real quick. The question would be, do you want to be out there during the day, or are you going to be out there when they're going out drinking and they need that late night food? Because that's when they're going to spend the money.
Yeah.
That's when they're going to spend the money.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, Mark said, I got you. That's what I'm talking about. You guys might see Kirby's Barbecue at HEB one of these days. You never know. You're gonna find out. At least my barbecue sauce, you know what I'm saying? We can get some barbecue sauce, some dry rubs. We can put something together. The Fat Man Barbecue said, I'm doing good. 53 Craft. How are you doing, my friend? Cool. All right, guys. What else we need to talk about? What else we got to talk about?
So I am doing an event next weekend that is for a basketball tournament. The client's going to give me a count on tickets. So she has, coaches and staff that need to be fed. So I'll have to prepare for that. And then I have to determine how much I want to sell to the parents and other attendees to this basketball tournament. So I guess I got to get some numbers from my client, right, in regards to, how many people I have to feed that she wants fed with this ticket, and what's the value of that ticket and what I'm feeding them. And then what is my menu going to be for everyone else?
I say you give her two options on the plate.
Okay.
two different options,
Let me get my notes
two different
open.
price.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah, give a like. You don't want to provide your whole menu. Think about where it's going to be, what they're doing, and give them two options: this plate or that plate. It'll include this. It'll be at this price, and let her go from there. Because then you can play off of what you're going to do for the other people that are not included in that. Because the more you get, it's like having a large menu. The more you give them, the make it simple for them. They got this option or that option. Because you're still learning anyway.
Yep.
Simplicity always wins, my friends. Simplicity always
wins. Okay.
for sure. We got a question here. Brandon asks, what is the next protein you would add to the menu? Oh, let me think about that, because right now I don't see myself adding any other proteins to the menu for quite a while, just because we got to really get the product that we're serving now out there to more people. We're doing pretty well. We're growing week over week. We're doing good, but I want to get the core proteins that we're doing right now out to more people, and kind of off of what Greg was and TJ were just talking about, simplicity, right? Simplicity. You want to be able to offer a good amount of things to people, but sometimes too much is too much. Sometimes less is more. And we have a pretty good offering, I think. We do brisket, pork ribs, sliced smoked turkey, and two different sausage links that we do. I think that's a pretty good offering, especially for where we're at right now in business. And that's one thing a lot of new restaurants get wrong is they try to do a ginormous menu and try to please everybody, and they end up going out of business pretty quick because you just can't have that large of a menu, especially starting out. It's too much food cost. It's too many different unique items. You simply can't master all of those items all at once. And most of the time, especially if you're new, you're not going to be able to sell all those different proteins. They're going to go to waste. And that's why my menu, I can't remember who I talked to about this, but that's why my menu's set up the way it's set up with those Texas Trinity plates. Is it allows me to get all of the different proteins, excluding turkey, all of the different proteins on one plate for people to try it. And if they order it that way, usually all my proteins sell out around the same time.
So you're saying, even though I just came across a bomb black bean recipe, do not offer brisket tacos. Is that what you're telling me? Because
I'm not telling you to do anything. It's your business. You can do whatever you like.
That is a good.
What's that?
Beans. There's 3 brisket tacos, some black beans, some cilantro, and we're gonna put some cheese on it too.
But you know what though? That's not necessarily. See, he was asking about a next protein.
Oh, true.
Right. Same protein, right? You're just adding tortillas and things like that. That can still be tricky, adding more and more unique items.
Like fries.
Adding more and more unique items that can only be used in one dish. But if you were going to add more dishes, Brandon, I'll be honest, I don't know if I don't have any other proteins in mind at the moment.
What else can you provide as far as protein?
Leg quarters.
You could do chicken. You could do lamb. You could do beef cheeks. There's a lot of different things you can do. There's a guy in Richmond doing octopus, which is way out of my
oxtail. Oxtails. That would probably be dino ribs.
Dino ribs, yeah. Okay, there's a good one. If I was going to do the next protein I would do is beef dino ribs. But we're a little ways out for that. But that would be the next one that I would do. If anything, I would add some more unique items. Like there's a couple tacos that we've been talking about. I won't air it out here. I don't want y'all to steal it. There's a couple different tacos that
we don't do fair food, so it's fine.
Right. We
Who's
don't.
we? Who's we?
I don't do fair foods, but these ain't fair foods. These will be premium tacos and some of the premium proteins we already do. What I will give something kind of unique that I'm planning on testing. It won't be like on the full menu. It'll be like a special type of deal. But y'all are gonna laugh. But I've been wanting to make a blueberry pancake sausage for so long.
You told me that.
I think it would be fantastic. And just think about this: you're waiting in line at Kirby's Barbecue, 8 in the morning. You got you a cup of coffee, and you get you a blueberry pancake sausage link. Come on now, in a biscuit, in a buttermilk biscuit.
A blueberry. Wait, it's a. There's sausage and blueberry inside the pancake.
No.
Yeah.
It's a blueberry pancake sausage link.
So it's a blueberry pancake wrapped around a sausage link. Like
I'm blowing your mind here. No. The sausage link is it's flavored with blueberry pancakes.
Oh shoot!
He's going to use the pancake mix as a binder, throw blueberries in there with the meat, and make a breakfast sausage.
Yes.
Gotta have that.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, you take the pancake batter and then use it as the binder for the meat, and yeah,
Yeah.
And then
Some maple syrup in there. Ooh.
how you cook? Is that a smoked item?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that goes inside of the casting. It's the same.
It's
right?
the same process, yeah.
Wow.
Except for you use blueberry pancake mix as your binder or your sausage. You throw blueberry pancake mix as the binder instead of non-fat milk powder. You could throw some fresh blueberries in there as well, some maple syrup. You'll do your salt, pepper, garlic. Throw a little bit of ground cinnamon. I'm giving my recipe. Screw you guys. You got to make me give the recipe up. A little bit of ground cinnamon in there.
You ain't got to explain yourself. Maybe you
Some
thought
brown
about doing
sugar.
the
Some brown sugar, mix that up, put it in the casing, throw it on the smoker. You got your blueberry pancake sausage. Trademarked by Kirby's Barbecue. Don't steal my shit.
so hostile.
I know.
Hostile.
Let's see.
I think that's what I'll debut with. Actually, I'm gonna just let it. I'm gonna truth. Yeah, blueberry pancake smoked sausage. I'm gonna debut with that. To tell you the truth, when I start,
It ain't
I
gonna
promise.
turn
So
out.
maybe
It ain't gonna turn out like mine.
maybe try using that casing that you take off to where it be a caseless sausage, which is more in line to breakfast sausage.
Yep.
I think I forget what it's called, but it's the one where you can smoke it if you wanted to smoke it, and then you just remove the casing itself. My suggestion.
To each his own.
You gotta try it. I mean, you gotta try. Well, you have to try both ways.
Yeah.
And see.
53 Craft says, Kirby, it will not be long before you have your sauce and rubs in-house in your local stores. I hope so. I'm trying to get that HEB deal. You know what I'm saying? Mark says, Sean, can you tell me again why you don't sell pulled pork? Because this is beef country, and not a lot of people ask for it. Not a lot of people really care for it. You will have some segments of the population and some events and things like that where it's asked for more times than not. But here in Texas, pulled pork's really not that popular. Like I said earlier, people want brisket. As long as you have brisket, everything else is kind of extra here. It's nice to have house-made sausage. It's nice to have ribs. But honestly, if you set up a tent and we're just selling brisket, nobody would be bothered by it. People would be, if it's good brisket, people would be happy with it. It's just, you can only sell so many items. And the thing is, if I'm a consumer and I'm coming up and I want barbecue and I'm a native Texan, when I think of barbecue, I think of brisket and I think of sausage. So if I'm going to go, let's say I got $50 to go spend at a barbecue place. And I come up, I see the menu, I see they got the brisket I want, they got the sausage I want, and then I see they got pulled pork. I'm not going to spend part of my $50 on the pulled pork when I know I want the sausage and the brisket. I don't know if I explained that well or not, but
Well, that's like, so we're in it and we go around trying other places. I go and I get the 3-meat plate. I went to a place just the other day, supposed to be really good in my area, and I was not impressed. Was not impressed. And I got the 3-meat. I got the what with the brisket, the pulled pork, and the sausage, and was just not impressed at all.
okay.
But again, most, like you said, most places aren't going to. I mean, most people aren't going to like try and get all the meats.
Yeah.
So it's all about the area.
They're going to go with what they know, and around here it's brisket, ribs, and sausage. It's the Texas. That's why they call it the Texas Trinity. It's brisket, ribs, and sausage. Now, if you were on the East Coast, that's a different story. You know, the Carolinas area, Virginia, like in that area, they love their pulled pork, right?
They won't care for brisket at all.
Exactly. It would be the complete opposite. They'd be like, I don't want that. I don't want that brisket out. Give me some whole hog. Give me some pulled pork. So that's why, like, the advice that I give and some of the things I say on the channel, you know, you have to know where you're at and what the people in your area are looking for. Chinook Barbecue says his local market makes blueberry sausage links. Okay, but they don't make blueberry pancake sausage links. Brandon said, I'm game to help on that sausage experiment. Sounds great. Hey, we might do it that week you're coming through. We might do that. Chinook said freeze-dried blueberries would work better. Okay. We're gonna test it. We're gonna test
What
it.
did he say?
Freeze-dried blueberries
Freeze-dried.
would work better.
Versus
That's-
fresh?
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
what they use. That's what they use in the, you know, like the blueberry muffin mixes is freeze-dried blueberries.
Oh, I love that. I don't like the real ones. I like the fake ones.
I like them both. I like them both.
So I
I like
wasn't
the
there.
imitation blueberries.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're not imitation. They're just freeze-dried.
It is freeze dried.
The
I wasn't
imitation
there.
ones are the best.
I didn't even know that the milk powder was your binder.
Yep.
Because she didn't show up on time.
That sucks,
Right.
man. So we're
Well,
talking.
All you gotta do is call us. Call
Yeah,
me and
just
I'll
call
walk
me.
you through the whole process anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get a pork butt, right?
Yep.
A pork butt, and that's all I need from the store. I have everything else. I got my
Yeah.
brisket
No, you
trimming.
need the milk. You need the milk powder.
Yeah, you need that too.
Okay, so here's my shopping list: pork butt, milk powder, frozen dried blueberries,
This
pancake
guy.
batter, cinnamon, brown sugar.
Let me tell you something. I could give you every one of my recipes. It ain't gonna turn out the same. If you ain't got the you ain't got the swag. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll definitely get that pork butt on that for sure. And then the casting. I need to get the casting too.
Vic says, I am a NC guy and shoulder's okay, but it's not the whole hog. It's just not that great. See, North Carolina, they want the whole hog, man. They want that whole hog. They need that hog on the pit. Chinook
I actually
Barbecue
try.
for not fighting with other extra moisture. He's talking about the blueberries. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Joe Smokehouse, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well.
Hey, who was the guy that said he was going to text me in the IG? Because I've been looking for that and I haven't seen that just yet. Oh, I can go back to the chat and find that. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
It was.
Wasn't it Germzilla?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember, but he said he was going to reach out. Oh, it's William Brock.
Yeah, William.
Oh,
Yeah,
William
he'll reach out to
Okay.
you. He'll reach out to you on Instagram for sure. For sure.
So
But yeah, I
I
mean,
wanted to.
go ahead, TJ.
I wanted to do the whole hog in my backyard to try it out. I never really got a chance to go get the cinder block to do that, but I did see someone do a Frankenstein whole hog where you just get the pork loin, the pork belly. I took the pork loin, the pork belly, and the pork butt, and I wrapped the loin and the pork butt in the pork belly and used twine and tried to do a Frankenstein hog because it's the mixing of those particular cuts that makes that whole hog.
How much is a whole
Oh, I mean, it depends on how big you get because you get down to if you get like a 50 or less, I think it's a suckling pig, which is a smaller one, so it's going to be a higher price because
hog? I got something.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So when you get a suckling pig, which is like the smaller one, and I'm going off of just memory because I did some researching, like I'd say 60 or 50 pounds or less, they're going to cost more because they're taking that hog early on in its stage and selling it.
Okay.
They want those hogs to get big so they can sell it by the pound. So, but I think it was still going to be a couple hundred, even like for a 70 pound or plus. I forget exactly. I think it was like 270 a pound.
Don't even worry about it. I got you.
Yeah.
Can y'all see
So
my
like those are suckling pigs. Those are very small. That's extremely like overpriced though. I mean,
you're
I think it
looking
was
at 41 to 50
Nah.
pound hog for 440. That's a I don't know. Look at the eyes on that thing.
that's because of the presentation that you
I
want.
know it.
So with that, you have to call a local meat market because chances are they're going to have to order it and it takes like a week or something. But I can't remember. It's been a while since I spoke to somebody, but they told me like I think it was like $3 or $4 a pound if you're doing like a 70 or 80 plus. And like if you get into because a whole hog, a traditional one, is like 150 pounds.
Oh shit.
So, and you're serving that to a lot of people. It was
How about
already going
some
to be a large one.
What's
Yeah,
some
you can take
smoked
that crap off the
fried
street.
Spanish octopus?
No, thank you.
There's a guy out in Richmond, Harlem Road Barbecue. He makes this. He makes this octopus. I don't know about that. That's no bueno for me. I ain't doing that. What about you, Greg? Some smoked octopus? What you think?
No. What about salmon? I was thinking about smoked salmon. Like, is that? I mean, it's definitely not a barbecue. It's not a Texas barbecue thing whatsoever. But I was
So,
like, man,
you're not in Texas, brother.
Try to put that on your fries. You trying to put that on your fries?
that's just smoked salmon, and then that's sealed airtight and then shipped off. Yeah, smoked salmon. I actually started smoking salmon before I started smoking brisket. I smoked
Did you
salmon.
use a wood plank?
Then I smoked briskets. Huh?
Did you use a wood plank? Because I did that on a pellet
Nope,
smoker.
I didn't do them on the wood plank. I just brined it in salt and brown sugar and some seasonings and things like that.
Aluminum foil or
For
something?
no more than 24 hours in a salt brine, and then put that in the smoker, and it's heaven. I love smoked salmon. Yeah. Well, that would be good. Smoked salmon salad. That's for people who don't eat beef and they want a salad.
We know you from California.
But you're selling barbecue.
Hey, bro, I'm selling I'm selling my daughter's college.
The fair food, my bad.
I'm preparing for college, so whatever I got to do is what I got to do.
There you go.
I'm gonna sell it.
Gerzilla said,
Cool.
I'm in Washington State. Barbecue around here isn't good. I feel a lot of people in my area don't know what good barbecue is. I learned my craft from a lot of KC barbecue. Okay, all right. Those KC guys, they're fine. I was born in Kansas, but I'm a Texas guy through and through. Who we got here? Matthew jumped on a bit late. Good evening. Talking about making blueberry sausage. Yes, we're talking about everything blueberry sausage. That's right. Vic says in Texas, a whole hog is about $1.85 a pound, up to $3.50 a pound. Okay. I get kind of. I mean, if on the low end at $1.85 a pound, you could probably make some money on a whole hog, right? If you had enough people.
That's probably going to be a heavier hog.
Yeah.
Like it gets cheaper as it gets heavier up to a certain point because it's got the weight.
Yeah.
It's more expensive for the smaller it is.
Sure. Okay. Matthew says we raised some hogs, $150 to $2 on hoof for anything. Oh, pounds. I got you. For anything over 100 pounds, we don't sell anything under 100. We'll cook ones for ourselves, but we're not selling them that small. Not worth it. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to raise the price of it so high because you're taking it's about getting a maximum. So they want those things big.
Right. I got you.
So thank y'all for letting us know. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Matthew said smoked salmon is pretty damn tasty. Okay.
Don't tell him that. He's not even here for it.
Well, that's why I mentioned the comment when he wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? Awesome, guys. We'll keep putting your comments and questions in the chat so we can get them answered. That way we can keep this conversation going. We're going to kick Brisket Daddy off until he gets back so we get the screen looking a little cleaner and don't have the background noise. As always, you guys know if you want to support the channel, leave us a super chat. It'll also push your comment up to the top so we can definitely read that out to everybody. But definitely leave us a super chat. Let us know how we're doing. It looks like Greg's back here, so we'll bring him back up.
Sorry about that. I walked away for half a second and then looked out, and the refrigerator is wide open. My son was bringing in my order and left the refrigerator open.
He was bringing in some smoked salmon.
Snacks.
Gosh, man. No, I bought 8 briskets and 4 cases of ribs.
Okay.
That's 2 cases of briskets and 3 cases of ribs and 4 boxes. Hey, good news.
What's up?
I got a 6-foot freezer. It's long. It's taller than I am.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
It's vertical?
No, it's horizontal.
Horizontal.
It's a chest freezer. It's deep. It's 6 feet. I can fit a couple bodies in there easy.
But yet it's still taller than you.
Yeah,
I mean, like if I were to lay it across
your bodies in there.
I wish.
You want to see it?
Sure.
Want me to do a
That's a
field
good
trip?
find. It's a good find. You can
Why
take
not?
us with you.
Why not, Greg? Why not?
Yeah, so one of the parents, the kids that I work with, they were like, "Hey, we were going to get rid of this, but we thought like either sell it for a couple $100 or give it to somebody who's going to use it. So we decided to give it to you." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that crap." So yeah, here I am here.
Nice.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Nice. Uh-oh. Brandon wants to know if you have a ladder to be able to get to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all at my level. That's all I know. But I'll get real personal here since I literally have a full kitchen in my. I have like a grocery shelf. I bought shelves. I'm completely like organized. I got all my seasonings and stuff over here on this shelf. I mean, it goes down there quite a ways. More shelves with catering items. I mean, it's just nonstop. I got three aisles. Three aisles of shelves. Finally got it all organized. I mean,
so, do you have a ladder to get to those top shelves?
I can reach up there, my guy. See, I'm up here.
That's why there's nothing up there.
That's why there's nothing up there. I need ladders to get to my stuff up top up there.
Yeah.
I do need ladders for that.
Okay.
I do need ladders for that. And then I got this here on for free.
Nice.
Huge. 2 doors.
Fridge. Yeah.
It is. I just got to put some more shelves in it.
What is that in there? Those hot dogs?
Yeah, these are linked.
Okay.
Yeah, these are links for next week. This weekend and next weekend, because like I said, the guy was like, you're gonna come into the store and everything's gonna be gone. We're gonna be out.
Well, I'd like to make an announcement on behalf of Zoomies Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon, you're going to be able to get Zoomies Barbecue sausage links, nice vacuum sealed, just like those you just seen, but a million times better.
Is
right?
it?
Right, TJ? Right, TJ? I need you to be shipping those across the country, man. I had that OG, that classic sausage you make with my eggs in the morning this week, and it was.
Oh wow! You kept some sausages, huh?
Yeah, I had them with my eggs this week. A1. Yeah. I enjoyed them.
1.2 FS. Horsepowers. Oh, how many horsepowers did you say?
Mine's a 0.75.
Oh, 3/4. 3. I don't know. I have to look this model up. M12FS. M12FS.
Well, George missed you this week, Greg.
Did he?
He did, yeah. He was asking about you. He wanted to make sure you got back to California safe and sound.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did your job this week. He stocked up the wood in the smoke shack today.
Oh, you like that idea? You kept up with that? Yeah. Keep it close. I mean, why keep going back? Load it up for the day, so that's one less trip. Have you ordered yet? I would imagine that you would have ordered by now.
Ordered what?
Wood.
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No, because when you have a pit, hold on, let me put the banner up. Let me put the banner up here. If you guys are interested in a pit, website's right there. Go to prmbarbecue.com for more information. But when you have a PRM pit, you don't have to use as much firewood, my guy. So I got plenty of firewood. I got enough firewood for all the next weekend for sure.
Oh, wow.
I'll be good. Now, we'll see if I feel the same way come next Saturday night. But I think I got enough for next weekend. But it's probably time. I'll probably call my guy and place an order just so I have it on hand.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you plan ahead of time and set up behind the smoke shack instead of over there, you just have all the wood stacked behind it anyway. He won't have to put it where he had it before.
Yeah,
like move the stack.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just, Dave's got all those holes back there and all that stuff going on. So last thing I want is him to be like, oh, I gotta dig right here. I need you to move all this wood. So
superstar.
We'll see. But
3/4 horsepower, Pro Cut bench model.
That's what I have.
Meat grinder, 3/4 horsepower.
That's what I have as a 3/4.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, we got the same horsepower. Now we got to get Sean on this level. Soon as Sean get there, then he can start pumping out these awesome sausages that we about to be pumping out.
Greg, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about levels, okay? Don't even try. Don't even try. I don't know how many horsepower mine's got, but I'm pumping out a lot more sausages than y'all. So
well, from what TJ,
it's you, TJ.
I haven't seen it, but from the little bit I've heard from TJ,
Get the fuck out of here. you seen we made how many sausages we sold that weekend, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know at what cost. I
This
don't know
guy,
what cost.
this guy.
It was rough. I did all the grinding. It was rough.
It was not rough. It was not rough. It's easy, bro. It ain't that big a deal. Matthew said we make tons of sausages, not in the blueberry though. We use brisket trimmings and pork butt 50-50. Yep. That's the way to do it.
Oh,
That is the way
50-50,
to
huh?
do
50-50? So if I buy a 20-pound pork butt, I need to be doing 20 pounds of
that. No, that's not. No. He does 50-50.
oh, gotcha.
That doesn't mean you have to do 50-50.
So Greg, let me tell you. So the one Sean has, they don't classify it in horsepower. It's 500 watt, a number 12 grinder. So they don't even classify it into like a quarter horsepower.
You put
Because
me
it's
on
along the
blast,
lines
bro.
like
Why you gonna put me on blast?
Hey,
because I had to grind on that thing.
No,
hey,
I grind on this shit every weekend. It ain't even a
This
big.
thing's huge and it's not even the biggest.
You know, hey, guess who ground the sausage this week?
oh,
So
your new-
George
nope,
No,
Surveyor.
Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah, she went through. She did sausage this week, and she actually did a really good job. They turned out
Yeah.
very well.
Did she do better than me?
Well, no, but she just doesn't have the experience. But they looked really good. They looked really good.
Yeah, cool. Did you teach her that every other one do the right, turn to the right? Or
I
did you
taught
go-
her the way I do
Did you
it.
go to the did you go the complicated route?
No, actually, I taught her both ways.
Okay,
I taught her
cool.
both ways, and I
He
let
was
her.
like, "This
what
is
she
my
wants.
way. This is the right way."
So in Sean's defense, it's whatever's way comfortable to the individual.
That is true. I'm messing with him. He's always getting on me, so I'm trying to get at him. Oh my goodness.
Ismael says, now I want to know who makes the best sausage. LOL. Well, Greg's never made sausage, so you don't have to worry about Greg. Greg ain't never made a sausage in his life. You can see the store-bought sausage. If you just back the video up about 3 minutes, you'll see the store-bought links in his reach in fridge. So you ain't got to worry about that. Greg goes to HEB, Costco, Sam's Club, wherever, and he just picks up the Oscar Mayer wieners and throws that
Bro.
on.
Hey, I know you see my briskets this week too, bro.
I ain't see shit.
You didn't see my briskets this week?
Nah,
It was in my reel. I made a
it was
couple
in the
reels.
reel? There you go. Okay, there you go.
There's the winner right there.
Now,
And
TJ
the
TJ
champ
makes
is.
with sausage.
And the champ is.
TJ makes some good sausages, man.
So what's the cost for you to ship that to me?
You can't
What's
afford
the-
me.
Huh?
You can't afford me.
Oh, this guy. I'll buy two right now. I'm gonna show you some love. Give me the price.
He ain't got it set up. He ain't trying to sell nothing. He ain't got it set
You're
up.
not trying to
yet.
sell nothing, bro. You're not trying to sell that for reals.
He ain't got the website set up. He ain't got the payment processor set up. He ain't ready.
All you gotta do is have a
I ain't-
cash app, and then at least just cash at me.
I got to look into what it actually be to ship it cold, and then you're literally across the country from me.
Oh yeah, so that's just what is that, Sean? Those are they sell frozen packs. Yeah, there's a little bit of a cost going to be associated to me on the shipping because it's a little special box with the freezer packs inside of it, and then your product, and then the cost to ship it. But if you do it as a membership based, I can return the box to you, and then I'd get like another shipment.
You gonna return
Shipping it.
send the box back?
The box, if it's a special box, no, because
No, it's not a special box. It's a thicker styrofoam box because I've seen like my father-in-law has gotten in like the meat was shipped to him from his as a present to him, and it's a thicker box, but
okay,
that's not something. It's not worth.
then you just put 2 ice packs in it.
Right.
I think there's a little more logistics to that, but
No, I get
You look into the logistics and let me know.
I'll just start doing it. I'll before you guys know it, I'll be shipping out blueberry sausages for sure.
hey, bro,
Coming to a Texas New Caney neighborhood soon.
Greg, don't make me flame you, bro. Don't make me flame you. I could torch you right now. I see some shit this weekend that was unsatisfactory.
What?
Don't make me torch you. I will.
Okay. What? Let's see it. Bring it up.
No, I ain't gonna put you on blast on live TV. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk on the back end.
Hey, you see my dark briskets though, right?
I didn't see him, bro. Send me what you're talking about. Send me what you're talking about, please.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. You got some comments because Chinook had a question.
Chinook says, would beef chuck roast be okay as a substitute for brisket?
So what are you paying for a pound? Because truthfully, the brisket itself is $4.50 a pound. What is the chuck roast? If it's cheaper, it's perfectly fine to use. Like I've used it before. It doesn't really matter.
No, but what is he using it for though?
He's talking about sausage.
Oh, he's talking about for sausage. Okay. I'm in my head, I'm thinking like he's trying to sell it instead of brisket. I'm like, I don't know about that.
We're on the sausage topic still, so
I haven't done it, so take TJ's advice on that. It's just I'm doing briskets every weekend, so I have the brisket.
Right. So I'll tell you right now.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So like if you go look at the store for like ground meat, it's running at what, $6 a pound. You can go buy a brisket and just grind that up and it's going to be cheaper. You're putting the effort in on the grinder, but it's going to be cheaper than buying ground meat. There's times where it's like, why buy the ground meat at $6 to $7 a pound when I can just go buy a brisket and grind it all up?
All right, Greg. That makes sense, TJ. That makes sense. I'm going to read a couple more of these comments, and then, Greg, if it's okay with you, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show your reel so we can see it. Because I saw it. I was working when I saw it.
Nah, you gonna try to roast me on these ribs because I'm
not going to roast.
I'm already knowing what angle you're trying to come at me. You're gonna try to.
Why are your ribs? Question for you. After you came out and you've seen how to make Texas ribs, how come you go back and your ribs look like that? Tell me that. I'm not trying to put you on blast. You put yourself on blast. I didn't say nothing about your ribs. You said something about your ribs, which makes me think you're self-conscious about your ribs. Why are you self-conscious about your ribs?
Because you already asked me about my ribs, and I didn't reply, and I already knew you.
Why didn't you reply, Greg? Why didn't you reply?
Because I was cooking ribs like at 2:00 in the morning, tired, trying to go to bed, and just it's a lot. It's a lot.
So when I asked you about your ribs, you didn't reply.
I didn't reply.
He was tired.
Okay. You got a good bark on that brisket. You got a good bark on that brisket.
Why are you squeezing the juice out?
for the camera. For you, TJ.
Okay, it looks tender. It's falling apart. I see you. I see you.
So I don't smoke my ribs.
Wait, what?
I'm not necessarily smoking my ribs.
Where's that black seasoning at? Did you use that black seasoning?
Did you see it?
You used it on the brisket, didn't you?
Did you see it? You didn't see it, did
Yes,
you?
God, bro.
When I was holding it right at the end, when I was holding, you can see it. Well, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't-
Greg,
It's cardboard black.
Greg. I didn't even catch on.
You didn't, did you?
You can't get credit for that bark.
I can get it.
He looks
though.
like he did a good trim. I don't see a lot of fat on that.
No, I did. I trimmed it very well. I was like really trying to focus
I
on the way you guys
I didn't
trimmed.
see any real fat. Yeah.
Yeah, the trim looks good.
There it is.
I didn't even put two and two together. That was that black hardcore carnivore seasoning.
Yeah, you went all full name brand, every single letter in that, huh? Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. I gotta look, man. You
I was
use
like, of course.
black hardcore carnivore seasoning to make sure you got a black bark. Okay.
IO5 HEB top shelf.
And then what happened with the ribs, bro? Please tell me what happened with the ribs.
I mean, so I smoke. I do like smoking the ribs. I definitely get that smoke on there, but I more so like I'm grilling the ribs, or at least I have fire underneath in my vertical smoker. So I got two fires going. I got smoke going over in the smoker box, but then I have another fire directly underneath on the other side. And so some of the ribs do kind of, catch some flame. And I noticed that part of the smoker obviously gets extremely hot, but it's easier for me to keep two fires in this to keep the temperature at minimum at 250. I have to have a solid coal bed on one side, and then coals and smoke and fire coming from the firebox. And so, cooking late at night like this, trying to get all these, 25 racks of ribs done, some of them got a little bit scored or whatnot, but I mean, they're tender. They're not fall off the bone. They've got a lot of like bark and blackness to them, but they taste amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Like
California
after
amazing.
Huh?
California amazing.
Well, hey, I mean, there's not a lot of barbecue in my area. After the catering event, because I had purchased too much, I came home and sat down on the couch, and I called a friend, and I was like, man, I got to either refrigerate this and put it away, or I got to get up off this couch and go out. So I went out. I went out yesterday after my catering event and sold. I was setting up. This guy came up. He's like, I want 4 plates. Great. I got you. Came back. I want 8 plates.
Nice.
Went inside of his building and then came back and said, hey, you got enough for 12 plates? I said, yes. I sold 12 plates to one guy, 2 plates to some random people, and 3 orders of ribs only to the barbershop, because my friend owns the barbershop.
Yeah.
And they just got ribs only. So I'm like $450 like later.
Mm-hmm.
They were loving them, and they were even more tender because they were still in the food warmer. So they just been like just tenderizing all day long.
Okay.
And I still have like 8 racks of ribs left.
What you gonna do with them?
Throw them away. I don't sell nothing. Throw them away.
You gonna make some pulled pork out of them?
Oh, I never thought about that.
Make some pulled pork tacos for you and the family.
Oh shoot, you can do a pulled pork taco with the rib meat.
Good.
You also can put it in the baked
I was gonna
beans.
give some to the neighbor. I wasn't gonna throw it away. I was just making you happy. I'm gonna give it. I'm not gonna sell it, but I'm gonna give some to the neighbors.
Oh man.
But you could also chop it up and put it in the baked beans as an additive.
Oh my god! I wouldn't even have to do bacon if I did that. Oh man, the baked beans is gonna be fired next week. So I can actually take this rib meat and just cut it off and then seal it up super tight and put it in the freezer.
Yeah, freeze it.
Vacuum seal.
Oh shoot! I'm
Definitely
taking this
freeze it.
bacon back. I just bought a whole box of bacon today.
Yeah. All right, I gotta catch up on these comments. Matthew says we use a 1.5 horsepower Cabela's commercial grinder and their commercial 15-pound stuffer. Okay, all
That's
right.
got to be a dream.
Yeah. He also says put it in a styrofoam cooler with dry ice, tape it up, put it in a cardboard box. We shouldn't eat regularly, mostly fish. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay,
So
Ellis,
normal shipping.
Mr. Ellis, you said drop the link. He's talking about the sausage link, TJ.
Yeah, bro. Like seriously, I would order 2, 3 easy.
Sausage.
I would make
I'm
it
gonna
worth
look
your
into
while,
it. Like
sure.
I'm still early
don't look.
on and everything. Anyway,
Don't look.
I
So-
gotta figure out how it works. Come on, man.
Well, set you up a little Shopify store, get you your 3 packs, your 6 packs, your 12 packs of sausages, man, and ship them out.
Oh, 3, 6, and 12. Yep, that's a good number.
That's right. That's right.
Mr. Ellis, you can look me up on Instagram. I'm in New Orleans. I work in New Orleans, so you can DM me in on Instagram at Zoomies Barbecue. If you wanted to get that, I don't have to ship that to you.
There you go. Ismael, you met Ismael. He came to the restaurant. It was his first brisket. He used that hardcore carnivore. His bark was looking barky. And he said, I saw your briskets, bud, and your reel. They looked good, like good bark. I wonder what seasoning you used.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I took your suggestion, my guy. I went with the hardcore black.
No comment. Chinook Barbecue said, TJ, thanks for that point of view on the ground meat. Makes sense also. Matthew's disagreeing here with you. He said Chuck is not cheaper. It's over $6 a pound. Brisket in our area is $4.29.
Yep.
Ground beef
Yeah.
is at $6 a pound. Brisket much cheaper.
That's why I was asking, because the chuck roast, unless you get the full knuckle and chop it up, it's not cheaper. Like if you get the full knuckle, it's I think around it's a little bit cheaper than a brisket because I've gotten it before. But yeah, if you can literally do your own ground meat yourself and you control whatever
Brisket
fat
is
you want.
less than ground beef right now.
Yes, because you're getting the brisket whole. You're getting 15 pounds, so you're paying. When are you going to buy 15 pounds of ground meat? Unless you're doing a party or something, it really is cheaper to just go with a brisket and grind it up yourself if you have the tools.
Oh wow!
Than
I didn't
doing
realize that.
ground meat. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what I do with all. Like I have patties that I pre-make patties with the wax paper little squares, and I actually cooked a couple patties earlier.
What's your guys' ratio for the for your brisket trimming? There's brisket trimming fat and then meat,
If
usable
you
meat.
were to take a brisket, depending on how fatty it is, it's gonna come out to between a 70-30 to I think it could be a little fattier. You just kind of judge it. I mean, after you do a couple of them, it doesn't really matter. I mean, are you trying to get lean on it?
No,
'Cause
I guess what I'm saying is after I trim a brisket and I have all these pieces, maybe I should take some pictures once I get there, and then you guys will just look at the picture and say, okay, on this piece you're cutting.
So I personally, and you guys can flame me in the comment section if you want, but I know because I do this every freaking weekend, and TJ saw the process. A lot of people get so freaking locked in on the ratios when they're making sausage, and some of it's important, yes, especially when you first get started, you have no idea what you're doing. Definitely use the ratios, figure it out. But like TJ, you saw, like I just trimmed all my protein. I trimmed my ribs,
throw it in.
trim my briskets, throw that in, slice my pork butts, throw that in. And I'm not measuring or weighing, we'll weigh the total amount of meat, but I'm not like saying, okay, that looks like 30% fat. that looks like 40%. Like we're throwing all the trimmings in there. It's all getting ground up, and then we're making sausage, and just like I mentioned, starting with the pork butts like I do, that gives it a good base and foundation so that when the rib trimmings go in, the brisket trimmings go in, it all kind of evens out where it needs to be. Uh, that's something you and I, TJ, didn't even really like go into depth with, but as you
Well,
can see, it kind of worked out.
yeah. So when you're trimming the brisket, you're gonna take that hard decal fat off, the big blocks of it. Put that to the side. But when you're trimming the sides and you're getting just that regular fat cap that's on there, that's perfect. You throw that on the side for your trimmings. So you do the initial remove that hard decal a good chunk because that's what you're gonna want to render anyway for your tallow, and the rest of it, it's as it is. I mean, it's at a good ratio. Mix it with the pork butt if you're doing pork butt. You could just do straight brisket if you wanted to, and it's going to come out pretty close. Like weigh the total meat, and after you do it a few times, you're gonna get a grasp if you got to add a little bit more or not. But you really don't. Like when I first started, I'm trying to cut the fat off and then do the ratio, and I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time.
So anything I cut off that's got fat and red meat on it, I'm using that. And then anything that's big and fatty, I'm just using for tallow.
Yep.
Yeah, you cut that big decal fat off, the big blocks of it, put that to side for your tallow, and the rest of it that you end up with trimmings. It's going to be a decent ratio. I mean, you got to eyeball it. Maybe you need to take a little bit of the other fat, but you probably won't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like the decal and then all of the fat cap that you're slicing off to trim your brisket. If it's pure fat, it's going in to make tallow.
Yes.
But if it's something you sliced off the brisket that has meat and fat on it, then it's going in the sausage.
Got it. Thank you, guys.
Matt said, I agree. It's by eye. I don't weigh meat and fat, etc. Trim it up and grind it. I don't trim much off of shoulder at all. I get it cubed and ground. Okay, it gets cubed and ground. Okay, yeah, no, for sure. See, and he seems like he's making a lot of sausage as well, and he's doing it by eye. Also.
So let me ask a question. So now that I have my pork butt, I don't know how that's sold. So when I open up the plastic on the pork butt, that's one big chunk of meat.
Did you get a case?
No, I didn't buy any just yet, and I missed my flight landed late, so I didn't get to see what it was like when you opened up your pork butt. What is a?
It depends on where you're buying it, but sometimes it'll be a case of two. It's just two pork butts. They make bone-in pork butt and boneless. Boneless is obviously going to be a little more expensive, but you do have the labor cost saving, or not cost, but the labor savings of not having to cut around the bone. So it's just the difference of you cutting around the bone versus you just being able to cut it all up. A lot of people will just get the bone in because it's cheaper, and they'll use the bone, whatever extra meat that's on there for,
stock.
For stock and for whatever else you want to do with it. You can use the stock for your beans or whatever you want to do. So yeah, it's kind of up to you.
And then you just cut that up small enough to get into the grinder with your trimmings.
Yep.
And then after it's ground up, then that's when you add your seasoning mix, your spices.
Yep.
Okay.
And your binder and whatever liquid you're using.
Liquid,
you want
have
moisture. Realistically, the best two things you can put in your sausage, Greg, is probably tequila or Hennessy.
Okay, let me put that on my notes.
Stop.
Okay.
Don't be lying to this man.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're not serious?
So you need a binder, which is like a milk powder, and you need moistures. You're going to have to put water, or he uses beer, and it's generally going to be like 10% of the weight of the meat is how much water you would use. And
percent. So okay, so I'm weighing my meat. I got 50 pounds of
Okay.
meat. So I'm going to 5%.
you do not have 50 pounds of meat. You do not want 50 pounds of meat. You do not start with 50 pounds of meat, buddy. You start with a 10-pound batch. And honestly, you want to do your recipe in 5-pound increments.
Okay.
So make your recipe to, if it's 5 pounds of meat, and do it in grams. You will, and weigh all your ingredients.
Oh, you
Just
did
That
like
way you have,
you did like grams, yeah, because you know it gets
yeah,
the exact.
because
Just to give
Yeah,
you an
and it's-
idea, Greg, the weekend you guys were here, we ground up 35 pounds worth of sausage.
Oh wow. Okay.
All 3 days.
Not want 50 pounds of meat. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
oh. And honestly, we thought Sean thought it was going to be like 25 pounds, and we ended up yielding 35 pounds. So we did 20 pounds, what, of the house and 15 of the chorizo.
Yep. That's right.
So you've got to go check out Chud's Barbecue, Sean. I mean, Greg,
Okay.
and watch his sausage making stuff, because he will walk you through things on that Chud's Barbecue. That's Bradley. And just watch a couple people. Plus, you can call us anyway on that if you have questions.
Yep.
Yeah, he makes a lot of sausage videos that are really, really good. They give you a good idea of what you're doing for sure.
Social Reloader.
Yep, Social Reloader. So what's up, guys? Ismael has a question. My daughter's birthday is coming up next month. How many 15-pound briskets would I need for 30 people making chopped brisket sandwiches?
Yep.
Not very many, my friend.
Nope.
Well, remember, you're trimming it and you're cooking it, and you might be lucky to come out with 7, maybe 8 pounds of finished product per 15-pound brisket.
Yeah,
And you figure what, half a pound a person? Or no, if he's doing sandwiches, you can go in to like 7 ounces a person sandwich.
my rule of thumb is 1 brisket for 10 to 12 people. So if I was cooking for 30 people, I would do 3 briskets. And yeah, if I was cooking for 30 people, I would do 3 briskets. That's what I would do.
So there's this thing called Chat GPT that can literally run and answer everything for you. And so here's what that says. 30 people times 0.5 pounds is 15 pounds of cooked brisket. Brisket loses 40 to 50% of its weight. So 30 pounds of raw brisket to yield 15 pounds of cooked brisket. 3 full briskets. If you're doing multiple briskets and each is about 10 pounds raw, then 3 full briskets, 10 to 12 pounds each raw, will be enough.
So what Kirby's Barbecue said was correct.
What Kirby's Barbecue said is correct. 3 briskets for 30 people.
I'm smarter than AI. See that?
Yep. But that's what I did for my catering event. I was like, hey, I've got 100 people I got to feed. I should have said 80. I put in 100 and went off of that, but I should have said the 80. That's the only thing I messed up on. I kind of just lost that detail. But I didn't lose money. I just didn't capture, I was like maybe $250, $300 over my food costs if I would have not have cooked as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chat GPT really helps us out in a lot of areas. At least it helped me out.
Brian, I like your comment, brother. He said, get 4 briskets and send leftovers home with your daughter's friends. Okay. Yes, sir.
That's always recommended because, yeah, you're going to want a brisket for yourself too. All that work is like, you get home and you're like, man, I want a brisket sandwich or some brisket fries. And then, yeah, it's a no bueno.
For sure. Man, we got a good crowd tonight. We got a lot of good comments, a lot of good people chiming in tonight. We got 19 people live with us right now. I can dig it. Matthew knows the deal. He said you definitely don't want to start with a 50-pound batch. Here's the deal. My first batch of sausage that I made was so dry, I had to throw it in the trash. So you definitely don't want to do a 50-pound batch for your first batch. Find out that it's too dry or something's not right. It's packed too loose. It's falling apart. It's crumbly, whatever. So many problems can happen. And then you've got 50 pounds of crappy sausage. And you're like, man, this is so much sausage. I've done all this work. I don't want to throw it away. But at the same time, you know you shouldn't be selling it or even giving it away. So, yeah, definitely start with a small batch.
And you also just make a patty when you have your seasoning before you try and stuff it and test it out. You got to test it out beforehand because once you case it, it's said and done. You can't make any changes after that. You can still change things up if you haven't mixed it. I mean, if you haven't cased it.
Yeah, you put barbecue sauce on top of it.
Golly.
Dip it in the sauce. It'll be all right. Put some sauce on it.
If it needs sauce, then we got a problem.
Yeah, that's why we stopped. I don't even sell sauce. Like,
yes, you do. I seen it. I seen it on your reel. Shut up. I seen it on your reel. And them ribs definitely needed some sauce. I can tell you right now, just by looking at the picture, them ribs needed a hella sauce.
we don't offer sauce at our table no more.
Bro, you lying. I see the sauce. Trust me.
They don't have to offer it because it's dumped on there already.
Trust.
They're called no sauce ribs. Okay, let me get ribs.
Them ribs look dry as hell. The seasoning was all uneven.
Take me off, and I'm gonna go get y'all some ribs. I'll be right back.
All right. Bro, them ribs was ugly.
God.
The ribs needed some sauce for real. I don't know why he's lying. Matthew said, I agree. So we make a patty and taste test it. Yes, sir. El Barrio Cookers is in the chat. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? It was nice to meet you when you came out.
Yeah, man. It was a fun time. I'm glad you made it through. We got to get you back out here when we got more food. He came towards the end. I made him some sausage sliders and some sides and stuff, but got to get you some of that brisket and the ribs and everything, man. Brian said, put the dry sausage in the chili and then the beans. Okay. If you end up drying it out, I got you. El Barrio said, likewise, TJ. I'm interested to see what Gray's going to bring out here.
Is he wiping the ribs off right now?
I can't, bro. I can't.
Dude, he sets us up all the time just to respond to him.
He be trolling sometimes, and then it backfires on him when we start playing with him.
Oh my God.
We're just waiting for Greg. I don't know if he's putting the ribs in the microwave, heat them up real quick. I don't know what's going on here. He got the whole show on hold. We're on pins and needles waiting on these ribs to come out the microwave, man.
Really are waiting on him. Where'd he go?
I know, man. What's going on here? El Barrio Cooker said, I love your location right on Loop 494. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. We thought it was a good location. The building's kind of old, but we thought it was a great location. I see that. We thought it was a good location, and we're working with it. It's got that old school barbecue vibe. So we're loving it, man. Thank you so much. Social Reload said Greg is boiling the ribs.
That's why I started laughing. I saw it come up.
They're gonna be tender, man. That's what you do. You get that brisket daddy rib recipe. You put that thing in the stock pot. Them things will be tender. Let me tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Greg gonna be mad after this call.
So when you gonna upgrade your grinder?
Greg, where you at, buddy? Man,
Was that the water running?
you got me dying over here. We'll see. We'll see. Coming soon. Coming soon.
So you gonna upgrade your grinder or what?
Yeah, I will at some point, man. I will at some point. I gotta spend some money on a couple other things first, but it's coming. It's coming. So
Oh, I am actually meeting with somebody tomorrow about trying to line up my commissary.
okay,
So,
good
I
deal.
mean, it's slow going. I'm trying. I mean, I'm working all the time anyway already. So, it's
Well,
going.
well, I'm happy to hear that. I want to know how it goes. Let me know tomorrow for sure. I want to see how you get that lined up, how much they're going to be charging you, and stuff like that. I'll be interested to figure that out.
Yeah, because there just really isn't anybody around doing it anymore. They had one that closed down and opened up as a barbecue place, a Hawaiian barbecue.
Hawaiian barbecue, okay. Is it
Yeah.
any good?
I haven't eaten it.
You gotta give it a
Just
shot, man.
to, so it was actually an interesting thing. It was in a strip center where they just had one of the locations and they just made it into a 24-hour access commissary. I think it was there for a few years. Of course, when I looked into it, it was no longer there, and actually had somebody that commented like 3 weeks earlier when I looked at it, going, "This place doesn't exist anymore." Went there, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think the Hawaiian barbecue. I don't think it's not along the line of craft barbecue. So, barbecue is whatever someone wants to say it is.
Right. Well, I've got Brisket Daddy Barbecue backstage. We're waiting to bring him up. We're gonna wait a second.
Well, it takes a while for the pot to boil.
You got that right. You got that right.
Anybody have any other questions on anything?
Greg, are you
Put in the
ready?
comments.
All right, I think we're ready. I think the water is boiling right now. The ribs are coming out of the water right now. We can't hear you, Greg. They can't hear you, dog. They can't hear you yet. You're not on stage.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, we're not boiling ribs for
Is
sure.
your water boiling yet?
Right.
Is he hungry?
You got a lot of smoke on them ribs, man. I see a lot of red.
There's a lot of smoke on the ribs. I'm definitely getting a lot of smoke on the ribs. Definitely, my mom. She says like, you got a lot of smoke on the rib. I can taste the smoke.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, the ones that you seen, I maybe got a little charred or something. I mean, I think I lost maybe 1.5 rack of ribs or something, but like it wasn't like uneatable. It's not. It wasn't horrible. It was just a little bit darker than I would like that one have been. Yeah.
Do you rotate them?
Oh man, that is smoky. A little bit, yes. Because if items on the bottom are cooking a little faster or getting darker because they're hotter to that fire. And I take them off the bottom rack and put them on the top or the middle. But yeah, I actually had to leave for some time. My wife got nervous and she was like, "Do I, take these off?" And I was like, "Well, I rather under than over because I can always bring them up and finish them off at the event." So that's what I chose to do. I chose to cook the majority of them under, and then I instantly chose to refrigerate because I didn't want to play any kind of food safe issue. So my goal was to get the smoke on them for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, wrap them up in my foil, and get them into the refrigerator for a cool, fast down period, and then get to my venue early, light up my smoker, and then start bringing racks back to temperature as needed. So whatever I didn't use stayed in the cold ice chest, and they got taken out one by one. And actually, I started with the items that I had in my warm Cambros. So I had 10 racks ready to go in the warm Cambro, and then everything else was in the cold.
Okay.
And we do offer barbecue sauce that I'm learning.
You said you didn't get barbecue sauce anymore.
I know. I was lying.
Hey, Greg, you hungry again because you ate when you came on 2 hours ago?
Mm-hmm. I'm hungry.
Well,
sure.
is the most important thing is because everybody's a barbecue critic.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get me talking shit. TJ is always talking shit. People talk shit about my stuff all the time too.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that your guests enjoyed the food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If your guests enjoyed the food and you're happy with it, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that truly deep down. But hey, I'm the short guy, so I'm used to getting the butts. Trust me, when I start making links, they're gonna come out just the right size.
And we want to help you get there.
Yes, and you will. You
Yeah.
guys gotta come get on this rib game right here, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, TJ, that's the best looking rib I've ever seen in my life.
It's so tender. So
I bet it is. It was cooked, refrigerated, boiled, microwaved, and now you're eating it.
when I cook them, I use a tenderizer. I spray with Budweiser and apple cider vinegar and Worcestershire and a little bit of lemon juice. I'll give my recipe, and I put all that into my spray bottle, and I spray.
That's a lot of stuff.
It's come out this way.
A lot of flavor profiles.
It's a lot. I mean, it is good. I could probably eat a whole rack tonight.
I will say you got a lot of smoke on that rib. I don't know. That's a lot of smoke flavor, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. But all right, guys, if y'all don't have any more questions, we just goofing around at this point now. But if y'all have any remaining questions, now's the time to ask them. We'll go ahead and address them. If not, we're going to call it a night. It's been a long weekend for myself. I'm sure for you two gentlemen as well. We'll give it a second here. Let some questions populate if there is any.
Yeah, if there isn't any, you guys can just enjoy this.
I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat this evening. Matthew, Social Reloader, El Barrio Cookers, Brian, Mark, William, Ismael, Vix. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. 53 Craft, Chinook, Mr. LSU. Who else? Brandon, my guy Brandon. That's right. Jerem Zilla. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
And
Vic's cooler.
I think we are out. Chinook said, I'll reach out tomorrow, Wednesday, Sean. Cool. Yeah, reach out to me, brother. We got to talk. And 53 Craft said, dropped link in IG inbox. Perfect. Thank you, 53. And Ismael said, Rib Daddy Barbecue. All right. You getting some love from H-Town, man.
Woo! This food right here, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this plate right here. Oh my gosh. Bussin'. Every baked beans, potato salad. Woo! I mean, fire.
Oh, man. Matthew said, been watching you guys for a bit. Good stuff. Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, all right.
Thank you all for joining the show. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
That's what I'm messing.
All right, y'all. One more thing before we go. I have a new upload schedule. I got a new upload schedule we put together. So the upload schedule is as follows moving forward. So you guys will have to hold me accountable to this. So what we're doing is there'll be new videos Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Thursdays videos will be for members only, and they'll remain members only videos. Those will be specific members only videos, not members first, members only videos on Thursdays. Okay. So Wednesday, that's a video that goes out to the masses. Thursday will be members only videos. And then Sunday nights, 7 p.m., we will do the live stream, which we're doing right now, like we do every Sunday night. But that is the new upload schedule that will start this week. So YouTube, you guys will get a video on Wednesday night. Members will get another video for just the members on Thursday night. And then we'll be back live, same bat time, same bat place next Sunday. That being said, y'all have a great night. Go follow TJ at Zoomies Barbecue on Instagram. Go follow Brisket Daddy Barbecue on Instagram. And catch you in the next one. Peace.